is a revered real estate practitioner and a professional par excellence, and that's my friend and noble colleague, estate surveyor and valuer Wale Adeyemi. Good to have you in the studio, Wale.
Yeah, thank you, Mustafa. Thank you for bringing me.
So I mean, what we're actually talking about today is a very, very important conversation. It's just very important that we help Nigerians understand that because real estate is a very interesting, profession, and a lot of people try to take advantage of, people want to buy properties, they are paying to fraudulent agents. People want to even rent properties, they are paying to fraudulent agents. So today is, but it's just a focus on what are the things that people should focus on when renting or buying real estate. So let me bring my guests into this conversation. Again, don't forget that you can be part of the discussion by calling us on 09037142798. That's the number to call. So tell us your experience with estate agents around Lagos, and tell us if you've been a victim of fraud in real estate, and tell us, how you went about it, so people can learn from your experience. So, sometimes they say experience is the best teacher. So let me bring my guests into this conversation. So, Wale, please tell us, what are some biggest red flags buyers and investors should watch out for in real estate deals?
Yeah, thank you, Mustafa. The truth is, everyone's biggest desire is to own real estate.
Yes.
It is, a sign of accomplishment. It is, do I call it the height of accomplishment?
Yes.
It is the most expensive investment most people will ever make in their life.
Absolutely.
So because it is a big, it's a big investment, cash-wise, it's a big investment. People would always, people must ensure that they don't work so hard only to throw the money away.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a lack of regulation in our market is just maturing, so a lack of regulation where anybody can sell a property has brought us,
has gotten us to where we are.
To where we are.
Yes.
Now, there are many issues, trying to, while I was preparing for this, I realized that I had a note full of so many things. But let's start with the most important, outright fraud.
Yes.
There are a number of people with fraudulent intent.
Yes.
Many of them want to sell a property that they don't have instruction to sell or that they don't own.
Yes.
Selling what is not available. That's what I call it.
Yes.
Now, people fly coordinates. That's the interesting one. I think about 10 or 15 years ago, I had this client that bought a property and told me to sell it. And as we were about to sell, we went to chats, and we discovered that the property was 3 kilometers away.
Wow.
So apparently the information put in the document, in the survey, was from 3 kilometers away. Apparently the family that sold had, the Lagos State government had given them a portion of land somewhere
else.
They had finished selling. They had applied for another portion that they didn't get finally. But they had started selling it, and they were now using the coordinates of the previous land
to sell.
And it was 3 kilometers away.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we couldn't do too much, but recover the money for the client.
Wow. But I mean, that was a lucky client who could actually recover his money.
It took a lot of work.
It took a lot of time. We're getting all the calls, but I want us to, dive into this conversation thoroughly before we start taking calls, so we don't get distracted too much. So let
me just run through them quickly. There are many of them, so that when people want to speak to them, they can speak. You have properties with multiple titles. There are people in I think Lagos is eliminating that now, but there was a time when there were properties that had multiple C of O's in the same name.
Wow!
So you find out that a man sells a property, gives you the C of O, he still has one retained. Somewhere, and he uses it to sell the same property, especially land.
So he clones the C of O. He sells to you, gives you the C of O, and he still has another C of O at home that he sells used to sell to people.
Yeah, you also talk about, address not matching the asset that is being sold. Somebody's trying to sell a property to you. It says it is number 10, so street.
Yes.
You don't verify. You just see the land. By the time you look at it, there's a mismatch. There's also asset description mismatch. Somebody's selling you a 4-bedroom house.
Yes.
And then what you find is they're selling you, either lesser than what was promised. You also have properties that have serious existential issues like family feud, family matter, family members fighting over the asset.
Property, yeah.
You have spousal disagreements. Most times when when there are family disagreements, a member of the family, an unscrupulous member of the family, tries to sell to beat the others to it.
Beat the others, yeah.
Now, you have spousal disagreements. Couples have bought this property. They are now, with the spate of divorce now, they have issues. One of the spouses tries to sell to another, to you.
To you, yeah.
That could be a problem. Then you have over-embellishment of information. Somebody tells you, and that happens a lot of times with all these guys that do site and services. They tell you, it's 2 minutes drive from Dangote refinery.
Yes.
And meanwhile, the property is somewhere in Ogun State. So
that's a red flag.
In Ijebu.
Yes.
They tell you, it is within Lagos. You find out that the address is Ogun State.
That's a red flag, yeah.
And all of that. Then you have titular issues. When it comes to titular issues, it could be mild and it could be incurably bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Root of title problems. There are a lot of matters in court that started as far back as the 60s, as far back as the 70s. Some of them are in the Supreme Court as we speak.
Yes.
There was a time when the whole of Agidingbi, you just woke up one morning and you found red marks on properties, possession taken.
Yes.
And you find them all over Lagos, in Magodo and all of that. So, those are issues. If you get there and you find out, you need to find out about existential issues that on land matters. You also have developer problems.
That's very predominant in Lagos.
Yeah, developer problems. Many of them, in a bid to quickly finish their project, they cut corners.
Yes.
Some of them, acquire problematic lands.
Some developers we even have cases of developers naturally creating artificial scarcity to make you feel like they've almost sold out all the units, so you can quickly pay or subscribe to their unit. For me, that's also a red flag too, because a developer who has something reasonable is developing, and he knows that what he's developing is in the market as a form of demand. That there's a demand for it. So if you know that what you're building is something that has huge demand in terms of market demand, why are you creating artificial scarcity for people to come and buy? You've built 10 units. You've not sold any unit. There's nothing bad in telling people, oh, yes, I've just started building. I'm just at the point of, marketing and all that. But when you now create scarcity to tell people, to make people feel, or off-takers or buyers feel, oh, I have just 1 unit left. For me, that's a red flag. Be honest. Let people who buy will buy.
Yes, it is. If anything sounds too good to be true,
yes,
take a second look.
Yes.
I wouldn't say walk away because there are good deals on the market.
Yes, there are good deals.
But take a second look. Don't ever be in a hurry to close out.
To pay, yes.
If you lose out on that one, you will get another.
Yes.
But make sure that while you are not trying to lose a good deal, you're also not throwing good money away. Finally, I want to speak to, there are many developers who don't get approvals because they're in a hurry to develop.
Yes.
Many of them use so poor quality materials.
I think this person has been trying to call. Let's take this call. Yeah, morning, please.
Hello, good morning, real estate doctor.
Antonia, how are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you for the prize last week.
So I didn't even allow you to introduce yourself. I know your voice already, so I know you.
Oh, wow.
Well done. Have you had any experience with real estate agent and fraudulent agent? Yeah.
Is this developing Wahala?
Yes.
There was a time where we were trying to fix somewhere in our compound. So I talked to my husband to look for a professional.
Yes, please.
Because he had one of his brothers that is into the work. Yes. He now said the brother should come. I refused.
Yes. Okay. Why did he send the brother to come? Why did he send the brother to come? Yeah, we can hear you.
Because of the family relationship. That one wants to come and do the work anyhow and collect money and walk away. But I refused.
Yeah, because it's not somebody you trust.
I did not trust him. So up to today, the guy is trying to keep malice with me, but I keep greeting him.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So
thank you so much, Antonia.
With these developers.
Yes.
We should not take family that are not professionals in that
Yes,
field.
exactly. So the point is that you must use qualified professionals and not family members because you want to do them a favor. I mean, point taken. Let me also, I mean, before we continue the conversation, I like us to jump into this trending conversation quickly. So yesterday, in a trending video we saw all over social media, the FCT minister Nyesom Wike, we saw him in a heated argument or exchange with some naval personnel at a site in the Gaduwa area of FCT. The minister had visited the location as part of his enforcement operation and questioned the presence of military personnel allegedly guarding the land. In a footage, we saw Wike accusing the officers of supporting an illegal development, while one of the naval personnel insisted that they were acting on orders and that the land belonged to a former chief of naval staff. So what do you make of this story? Because, I mean, it was all over the news yesterday. And in my opinion, what we saw yesterday was a complete display of madness, in my opinion. We saw reactions from social media users saying that Nyesom Wike was just trying to grandstand, he was just trying to, be intimidating and all that. And we saw a perfect gentleman, the officer, who in my opinion, was doing his job. And he was taking orders from a superior person. So what do you make of that story? I mean, one would assume that as an FCT, as the minister of FCT, is kind of in quote and unquote the landlord of FCT, sort of, and like a governor in that state. And we feel that he has access to enter anywhere without any prior notice. So what do you make of that story, Mr. Wale?
Yes, the very hardworking minister of FCT has been trying to do his work.
Yes.
But in doing his work too, I felt that the minister needed not to have, engaged
in a banter with the guy.
The young officer beyond, the remit of, the instruction given to the young man.
Okay.
The minister was there. The full details of why the minister was there, I don't have. There are speculations everywhere.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, the young man as a military officer was doing his job. The minister as the governor of FCT was there.
Yes.
Now, my position is very simple. The young man prevented access. The minister wanted access. The minister could have reached out to higher authority who gave instruction to the young man.
To the young man, yes.
And the matter would have been sorted.
Yes, without...
Not insulting, the young man who was there. The truth is, for the military, they have a different set of rules.
Yes.
The guy has a superior officer telling him to, protect the place from any entry.
Any entry, yes.
So he was doing his job.
He was doing his job.
Whether the truth about it is, for the military, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I have read many opinions. I read the opinion of a senior advocate of Nigeria this morning.
Yeah.
Who mentioned a number of Supreme Court, decisions on how, getting an instruction from a superior officer does not supersede the law.
Yeah.
The minister is a lawyer.
Yeah.
So I believe he should have acted better, in my opinion, by reaching out to whoever the superior officer is.
Yes.
Or even, there are naval ratings. The chief of naval staff should be accessible to the minister. Oh, I am here and I want to do that. There's a naval rating.
Yes, and they will grant him access and he will do his inspection.
Whatever it is, everybody must act. Nigeria is not Nigeria is a territory governed by laws. We're not a jungle. So everybody must act within the ambit of the law.
Of the law, regardless
the minister
of
is a lawyer.
That you owed.
The minister is a lawyer. The young man is a military personnel. I see everybody trying to wield power. Do you know who I am? Kind of.
That's what is taking us aback as a country.
Everybody you know who I am? I think
everybody wants to grandstand.
That's what it is about.
Yes. 3 years ago, we also saw a similar thing played out where the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, went to Magodo Phase 2 to douse some tension when there was an issue of some set of families trying to take over possession of Magodo Phase 2. And the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was denied entrance by a police officer who was a CSP at that time. And the governor did not, and he said he was acting on the order of the IG. Let me also share this. In my opinion, as police officers and the military officers, the police officers, they have a set of rules guiding them. And they don't joke with orders. The only person that can give a counter order to a police officer or a military personnel is the president of this country. For them to do otherwise as against what their superiors asked them to do. So even as a military officer or a police officer, if you don't take out orders given to you, is a grievous offense.
I believe the governor and the minister in this situation, they know what to do.
Yes.
Reach out to the superior officer.
Let's take more calls. Yes, Money, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
All right, good morning. My name is Taiwo.
Yes, please.
Calling from.
All right. Okay, let's have your contribution, Taiwo.
So, my contribution to this matter
yes,
is
please.
It's worrisome that we have a military officer, a well-trained military officer, guiding a parcel of a private land.
I share that opinion with you too, because our military officers are supposed to be, manning our borders, territories, not watching over a plot of land.
Personal interest.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Please, I'm going to share a number after the show. During the show, please continue to listen, so you can also call me for your voucher after the show. I'll share the number. Let's take more calls. Yes, Money, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Yeah, what's your take on this trending conversation with Wike and the young military personnel?
Is that the one we're talking about the property?
And also the identifying red flags in real estate transaction. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody that was this judge that I heard this morning. From both sides, Wike is very wrong, and after I said he has to apologize to the village.
Yes.
Yes. You are appointed. It's not as if you are the emperor of Abuja or you are the emperor of property. You are under an appointment which you can be released by tomorrow. Now you are fighting the entire body. If you watch the military handle this morning on Twitter, they posted it's an honor to serve Nigeria. They were sending a message to him for him to know that it's an honor. That guy, it's an honor. It's not easy to put on that uniform. He's saying.
I agree with you, and I also think that when public servants, as with a high repute as much as Nyesom Wike, carries out this kinds of exchange of banters with military personnel, in front of cameras, I think that for me is only going to set bad precedent. We must learn to respect our military officers, our uniform men. That's how these people can be able to do their job effectively. That's my opinion. What I think that Nyesom Wike should have done is to put a call through to the superior officer who gave that man the order to stay there. That would have solved all the problem. By exchanging words, calling the guy a fool, anybody will react and say. So I just think that man was doing his job. So let's take having two medicals. Yes, Money, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, thank you. This is Adamana.
Okay,
calling
please.
from my mother.
All right, thank you, please.
Well, the issue about Wike and the young officer.
Yes, please.
For me, it's whether it's disrespectful or not disrespectful.
Yes, please.
But we should understand that in this country,
yes,
there are certain people who take laws upon their hands. That land, Wike was only telling the boy. Wike started by telling that if you are here or others doing your job here, you cannot prevent FCC officer not to enter the city to do the other job.
Yes,
and it's not an alteration. But secondly, but that's not what I say. It is very becoming of a particular section of this country. This young officer of Northern Administration cannot stand before Kwangwaso and start explaining what is Kwangwaso. He cannot stand the article. This is to be a young officer from the south that did this to one of the northern leaders. 48 hours, he will not be in the army. So let us try to expect that.
I agree. I agree with you. So, there are too many sides to the story.
So Wike is an authority by virtue of his position as the FCC minister. In hierarchy, he has a superior power over that soldier. Military ethics is so that if they are told you are a fool, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. That is what the boy should have behaved. Yes sir, yes sir. But I'm here on order. Yes sir, that is it. Not to exchange what you're seeking.
I think that was what played out. But the video that circulating yesterday was very, very explanatory. But again, there two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, I like the. I mean, I understand. I think the young army officer was, behaved very professionally, in my opinion. He didn't rain curses back at Wike. I just think that for me, that matter should have been handled. But I mean, what Wike was even asking for was something statutory. Show us your paperwork that gives you right to build on this land. And I think such documents should have been made even readily available on site, because government officials have rights to go to properties and inspect your certifications and your document to see if you conform with regulatory standards before you build. And we've also seen that play out in Lagos State here, where government officials will go to estates to inspect their paperwork and they won't be granted access. So all these are issues. So I think we as a people also, we need to respect constituted authorities and understand that they are there on an official assignment to do their job. If you want to build, Wike is the FCT minister. He has the right to know if you have conformed the building regulations or not. In my opinion, do you share the same opinion with me?
Well, I don't know what the minister was doing on site.
Yeah.
What should have been done, in my opinion, is that when they couldn't gain access, they would have put their notice on the property, give a number of hours for the owner of the land to visit the office, and then follow on the day they are enforcing that, they would have come with their full team, that it will be impossible for anybody to resist them. Okay. However, I also think, looking at a different side, whoever the owner of that property is has no right putting a naval rating on the land to prevent FCT officials
from doing their
job.
Yes, I agree.
So either way, we must learn as a country to do things right.
To do this, let's take this call. Yes, Money, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good morning.
Money, please.
Yeah, this is Onyebuchi.
All right, please. Let's have your contribution.
See, let me tell you, what happened yesterday was a pure show of force.
Okay.
You see, we can't continue having this type of characters. Wike should have conducted himself that yesterday. But we are by going to the extent of even argument and calling someone a fool.
Yes.
It just diminishes.
He doesn't have right to insult anybody.
Yeah,
nobody has any right to insult anybody.
Exactly.
Yes.
It shouldn't go to that.
Yes.
He should have controlled his temper.
I can imagine what would have happened if that man, reacted and also responded to Wike. I can imagine the mess that would have happened there. Yes.
Yes, it would have been a big mess.
Yes.
Even the security has not even securing him at that particular time.
At that time, yes, I agree.
The least he can just do is to put a call to choose to the owner of the person that sent them there.
Yes,
and all this thing would have done zero tension.
Exactly, I agree. I agree.
Yesterday was a mess.
I agree.
They just paint us on a bad light. It's not good at all.
It isn't. Yeah, it isn't. Thank you.
It's not good for me.
Continue to listen to the show. I strongly agree with this caller, and just like every other caller, shady have used to. Morally, what happened yesterday was wrong. The young army officer was just doing his job, and all of us are here clamoring for police officers, military personnel to do their job. So let's even go away from the conversation whether the military officer was supposed to be watching over a parcel of land or not. He was acting on orders. So imagine if he was given an order and he doesn't act to that order. A lot of us will also have our contrary opinions to that, in my opinion. So let's take this call again. Yes, morning, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Morning, please. Yes, your name and where you're calling from, please.
This is Nancy calling from Agon.
All right, please. Let's have your contribution, please.
Yeah, invested of what you're talking about, how to spot
red flags in real estate transactions. Yes.
Yes, please. I can remember there's this place they demolished recently somewhere in Festac.
Yeah.
Remember this agent trying to convince my husband, like, ask this place in the next 5 years it will be like this, it will be this. He was really trying to convince him to buy a property there during that period. And then, so next time my husband, knowing what is at stake, and plus that property doesn't have a good document.
Title, yeah.
Also, they were saying his family land, all those plenty stories, plus Omomile Wahala and all that. He refused to buy property from them.
Yes.
So now that thing happened, that same agent, he was frustrated and all that, because people who bought land from him, everyone is disturbing him and all that. He's now so frustrated, and now to an extent, I myself, I'm even thanking God that we did not
you didn't purchase
such. Yes.
You're very lucky. Yes.
Yes. Secondly, this naval officer.
Yes, please.
I can remember watching the video. I heard Wike saying, "You're trying to intimidate Nigerians. Who do you want to intimidate?" I myself, I'm thinking, okay, you Wike, you came there also with some armed men.
Yeah. Yes.
Hoping to meet someone you can intimidate with those armed men.
That's true. That's true.
Most people are not thinking towards that. Like, he met someone that he would be able to intimidate. He would have had his way there, right?
Yes.
But coming there, meeting that young, well-trained,
I think Isomike is just someone who is used to getting his way at everything he does.
Yes,
and yesterday he saw a different light. He saw a different light entirely, and he didn't like the idea of it.
And all that.
Yeah,
honestly, the intimidation was too much. The other time he was when I graduated, they've not given birth to you and all that.
Yes, I mean, we saw it was totally unnecessary. All those banters was totally unnecessary. He felt really intimidated.
When I thought of his lines of words, I said, this man really met what he couldn't stand. Like, the intimidation and everything was too much for him.
It just takes. Thank you so much. It just takes one person in this country to do the right thing, and everybody will be all right. That's the truth.
But will you say the military man on site? Will you say a military man on site was doing the right thing? I think there is more to this matter than we can dissect right here.
Yeah.
If we look at it, the military man had issues with FCD officials and got one of his ratings to prevent access to sites. You can't prevent government from visiting a site.
Yeah.
If you have any matters to settle, go to that government office and settle it.
Yes.
While a lot of people may not like the way the minister handled it, I believe the minister is a man under authority. He's been governor. He's also governor of the FCT.
Yeah.
If the minister was not on site that day, and this was done by one of his senior officers.
Yes.
He probably would have also called that person to order. So I think the minister needs to do better. My opinion.
Well, I agree with you.
I also think that the man that prevented government, the government officials from visiting the sites also did not do right. They never written. Being a young man, I can excuse him.
But let me say something, Mr. Wale. As a government official, if somebody has contravened any section of the law of the building codes, or if somebody has not perfected his title documents properly, I don't have to go to the site to confirm if the person has conformed or not. You can do that from the office now.
I agree with you.
I think it's because we don't have data in this country. The property has an address. Some Wike can easily check their records in their office to see if this person has complied with documentations even before going to site. So going to site was for what?
No, I raised it earlier. I said I don't know what the minister was doing on site.
That's why people are saying that going to site was just to grandstand. That's my opinion.
I don't know what the minister. I don't know what the minister was doing on site.
If the person has violated any laws, you serve him contravention notice and seal up the site.
You can't check
because according to what Isom Wike said after the whole scene, he granted an interview. And he said that some of his officials have gone to that site previously. They couldn't gain access. And they said that after some time, when they went back there, they saw that the person has, mobilized military personnel to take over the land, to watch over the land. And that's why Isom Wike said, let me even go to this place myself. And when he got there, he was asking for paperwork. Can I see the building approval you have to build on this land? And the military officer there was saying, well, he's here on the orders of his superior. if anything happens, Mr. Isomike should, call his superior and, make clarifications. But so, I mean, I think at that point, in my opinion, that was what Isomike should have done. Because you are a public servant or you're the FCT minister, does not give you the right to go to a land and be insulting, and in fact to even insult anybody in the first place. What made the matter degenerate was when the insults start coming. Yeah, you're a big fool, you're this, you're that. I was in primary school when you were. So all those things were totally unnecessary. That's my opinion. We're getting too many calls.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, morning, please.
What Wike did, if this was abroad, Wike would probably lose his job or like get into serious problems with that. Wike is a statesman. Yes. Wike is a minister, for crying out loud. Minister of the Federal Republic acts like that, and insulted this man like that in public. Even the way his demeanor, the way he talked to that guy, belittling the guy in uniform, no respect for anything, like he's too big. I mean, Wike's act. If this was abroad, he would get in serious trouble. Yes, people might protest. He might lose his job. I mean, this is so disgraceful.
I agree. That's a voice note from one of our listeners from the UK. Let's also take this call. Yes, please.
Hello.
Morning, please. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Yes, morning, please.
All
right, thank you.
Bro, do you know what I'm thinking about this?
Yes, please.
First of all, let me start with the first issue. I've had sometimes when you want to pay for a property, yeah, you should always do your due diligence, because I could recall my time my dad paid for a property, and when he was about to move in, we get to realize that somebody is in already. Do you get?
Yes.
And after he went back and forth, he could only get back the rentage money, but the agent and agreement money,
he didn't get it back.
Gone. He didn't get it back. So that's one fraud you people should always look out for. Because once you pay, the agent...
When he paid for the property, why didn't he collect the keys immediately?
Yes. Sometimes these things are being managed by agents.
They tell you the place is not ready.
Yes. You might be looking at it.
And they try to coerce you to pay now, else you lose it.
Yes, exactly.
In fact, I tell people, when you want to pay for a property and the agent is pressuring you to pay now or never, tell him to go. You tell him to go.
Exactly.
It's not a do or die. That's a red flag. He's trying to swindle you. That's what he wants to do.
Exactly.
Yes, and that's the pattern for scammers. Exactly. They will make you feel that this property, if you don't pay now, you will lose it. You will lose it. Exactly. And some things that they also say, they'll tell you there are some people that will be coming to check this property after now when you go, and they just make you feel they create artificial scarcity, now making you feel that if you don't pay now you will lose it, and that's a red flag people should watch out for. Yes.
People should always look out for that.
Yes.
Yeah. And secondly, on the brouhaha between
our FCT minister
and the young soldier.
Yeah.
Wait, let me ask a question. Is the military supposed to be there in the first place?
Well, I think according to that report, that plot of land or that project belongs to a former naval officer, a former naval chief.
I thought the police are supposed to be the one manning those areas. At least.
No, I don't think. Yes. So, okay, go ahead. Then I guess we respond.
It just look like every little thing we do today, we just carry the military to just do things. And it's not right. They are supposed to be in the barracks or in their place of duty, not dragging land and all that. That should be the work of the police.
Absolutely.
This is lawlessness.
Point taking. Please continue to listen. Let me, before we get reactions from our guests on this particular topic of discussion, let me run this announcement. The Cambridge Global Education Limited, in conjunction with Smarty Advisory Limited, invites you to a 3 days training in facilities management certification from the 4th to 6th of December 2025. The venue is going to be a physical and also a virtual venue. The venue is Leonardo Hotel, Croydon, formerly Juris Inn. The postcode is CR09XY. 26 Wesley Road, Croydon. That's United Kingdom. That's the venue of the program, and it's also going to be is an hybrid program. It's going to happen physically and also virtually. The theme for the discussion is built environment practitioners, and the expected people to attend this program is for built environment practitioners, estate surveyors and valuers, health and safety officers, and real estate professionals. The trainer for this program is ESV Dr. Daniel W. Oseni, Cambridge Global Education Limited. The attendance fee for this program is £1,000 if you pay before 30th of October. And sadly, that time frame, as that window has already elapsed. This is already November. And if you pay after October, the attendance fee is £1,200 for attending this program. For registrations, please call +44 7832 956 324 on WhatsApp only. You can also call +234 8032 3022561. That's the number to call. That's the Nigerian number to call to register for this program. So the program is brought to you by Cambridge Global Education Limited in conjunction with Smarty Advisory Limited. So I think for all our listeners who would love to attend this program, let me take the number one more time. The WhatsApp number, that's the UK 9, +44 7832 956 324. That's the number to call on WhatsApp. And the Nigerian number is +234 80 32 302561. That's the number to call to attend this very interesting program. It's a program that's coming up in the United Kingdom, and I think that it's going to be a power-packed program. So let's go back to the conversation. So let me get your reaction based on what that caller said. I mean, I understand that there are too many sides to this story, and let me get your final thought on that case and the case with Wike, and also so we can go back to our identifying red flags in real estate conversation.
Okay, so I would say that the minister went there because his officials have not been able to get on the land.
Yes.
Because of the ownership of the land.
Yes.
So it's power play.
Yes.
Which is a big problem that we have in Nigeria, people not wanting to obey the law.
Yes.
On one end. The other is, I believe a naval rating is on that land because of the ownership of the land, being a former naval,
naval security, naval
chief.
Yes.
Now, the truth is, the naval rating is there like any other person would have his staff or his team on site.
Yes.
I want to believe that if the minister had chosen to escalate that matter officially, this would have been sorted. All the insults and all of that would have been very unnecessary.
Yes.
So I believe both parties should do better.
I mean, absolutely. I
strongly agree. Both parties
should
do better.
I strongly agree. So for those who don't know what naval rating is, what does that mean, naval rating?
Okay, a naval rating is a naval officer who is serving a superior officer.
Excellent. So let me also ask you this very vital question. I mean, we've had cases of people who want to rent properties, and a lot of times they don't even know the appropriate person to approach or professional to approach. Sometimes when you drive around Lagos, you see phone numbers to call this number. Because people are homeless and they want to put a roof over their head, they just pick up those numbers randomly, pasted on the wall and call them innocently, and that person becomes a victim of fraud after a while. So tell us, for somebody who wants to identify an agent who is a professional, what are the things that person should look out for to know that this agent is a professional and is qualified to do the work of an agent? So you know that if you are giving your money to such agents, you're in a safe place. We've also had cases of agents that will be asking for inspection fee before they take you to go and show you houses. For me, any agent that asks for inspection fee before he shows you any house, in my opinion, that person is not a professional. And in most cases, such persons might not be totally genuine. That's the truth. Yes, because let me ask you, let me tell you this. A lot of agents, in my opinion, depend on that money even more than the house they want to show you. They don't have any house to show you, but they'll take your money, take your 5,000, 10,000, and be showing you shanties. And you'll be asking this agent, is this what I told you I wanted a standard 3-bedroom flat? Why are you bringing me to this place? So let me get your opinion on that.
The truth is, if we were, I would go to who the professional is.
Yes.
You and I are professionals
yes.
in that space.
Yes.
But before that, we also understand that agency is about instruction. So I will start with those who instruct people to let their homes.
Yes.
In fact, Lagos is becoming very funny. Landlords too are becoming agents.
Mm-hmm.
So the landlord, in order not to pay a fee or in order to want to earn an extra fee, becomes an agent.
An agent, yeah.
So the first thing is, you're looking for a property. You want somebody to get that property for you.
Yes.
And you are engaging that person to do it. Sometimes, I like to balance things. I'm a professional. Yes. This is about my 21st year in this space.
Real estate, yeah.
But I can tell you haven't gone to school,
yes.
and worked and then before starting up my own practice. But I can also tell you that there are too many time wasters in this market.
Many time wasters.
So somebody wants a property, is engaging 5-6 people
agent
to search for the property for him.
Yes.
At that point, you work so hard for him and he tells you, I found one yesterday, and he expects you to just walk away. So I understand that. However, as professionals, we're not expected to charge a fee before showing people.
Yes.
If you feel you cannot do the work, let that brief go.
Yes.
So
those agents do it just to, augment and,
A lot of them do it to, like you said, make an income.
Yes.
The other part is to separate the wheat from the chaff. Is this man really serious? If this man is able to part with money, then he's serious. Because if you give somebody money to, I have never charged that, but if you give somebody money to, find a property for you, you will call him every day.
You call him every day
because you've paid him for that service.
I've also been a victim of that when somebody was looking for an apartment. And I was taking this man around Lagos every day, spending my money.
6 months.
Eventually, I called him one day that I found something else. All the ones I showed him, he said he didn't like it. That he liked it, but 1 or 2 things he was not going to pay. Eventually, he said eventually I called him one faithful day that I found something very befitting for him. And he said, "Oh, so sorry, I was going to call you yesterday. I found somewhere." So that means while I was taking him around, some other agents who were taking him. So I felt very used. That's the honest truth. So that's sometimes you can't really blame agents who demand for these fees.
Yes.
But the thing, but from my experience, all the agents that I know, I've been doing this work for 18 years. All the agents that I know collecting 5,000, 10,000 naira inspection fee. Go and look at them yesterday and today. They are the same. They don't progress.
If you cannot do the work, don't take it.
Yes.
I said that before.
Yes.
So also, professionals.
Yes.
The question is always this: when engaging somebody to provide a service,
I get too many calls, but I want you to.
When engaging somebody to provide a service for you, are you ready to also, be committed to that person?
To that person.
Because let's be honest, if you're not committed, if you are everywhere, I'll share a very interesting example. There was a client that, wanted me to get a property for about 10, 12 years ago in Lekki Phase 1.
Yes.
And as I was waiting for that client, we agreed to meet in Tantalizers at that time.
And Tantalizer was the headquarters of agents there.
As I was waiting
I used to be a Tantalizer agent to those years.
As I was waiting for the client, I saw the client dropping an agent I know. So immediately she said, "Oh, can I see the property?" I just gave her the address. She said I was there yesterday. I said, "Oh, if you were there yesterday, they're bringing you to my office," and I left. Because it was my brief.
It was your brief.
So for everybody, I think just work on the briefs you have control over.
Yeah.
These days, except where I have a relationship with a client, I don't do that grunt work of taking you
around. I don't do it again.
I don't
anymore,
do it anymore because the truth
it's
about it is a lot of time.
too.
Most clients.
Let me share this very funny experience with you. Why I even stopped, involving myself in transactions that involved network of agents, multiple agents. There was a fateful day. There was a client that wanted an apartment in Lekki Phase 1. Then I was not mobile with them. Talking about 12, 13 years ago. So this client of mine had this small Picanto. So she said she was looking for a flat in Lekki. So I told her, okay, I'm not the one in charge of the property. She picked me up in my office. I told her we're going to pick up one more agent that had the key. Now, you know this client that used to have books at the back seat of their cars, there was no space. But she managed to just pack some few things and say, you just enter. I sat beside the driver at the front. So this woman was just behind. So we got to the guy that had the key, that I thought had the key. Okay, guy, enter, let's go on. He said, okay. So he entered. While we were going to, he said, please, let's stop by somewhere to pick up somebody that has the key. We stopped by. This man was like, at that point, this man was already irritated. I was just looking at the accountant and she kept quiet. We managed to pick this other guy. Then this other guy now said, please, let's stop. This man said, allow me to get out of this car. And chase all of us away. That was the most embarrassing day of my life in this job. But I can understand where the man is coming from. Why can't you all put your house together? Somebody was, and I asked people, do you have the key? They said yes.
So when an agent markets what he does not have,
yes,
there are a few questions you need to ask. Once you ask those questions, you know whether he has the brief or not.
Exactly.
So I think you know the truth. Until this sector is regulated,
yes,
we will continue to face some of the
issues. But the sector is regulated.
No, so when I speak to regulation, I mean a law is as
we have a state surveillance and violence registration board.
I'm coming. Yeah. A law is as strong as its enforcement. If they say don't drive on this road, it's one way. If there are no officers to arrest people that drive, the day you keep passing the good road and everywhere the long route and everybody is passing that road, one day you will be forced to ask. So the reason why I say until regulation is done, regulation speaks to you. In other climes, it is a criminal offense and it is impersonation to claim to be who you are not.
Yes,
but who is an agent in Lagos? Who is an agent in Nigeria?
Absolutely.
An agent is somebody who has been instructed by somebody to carry out a role.
Yes.
So if a landlord gives you the key of his house and says, let this house for me, he has given you an agency responsibility. If the law says you cannot give anybody this responsibility who is not an estate surveyor and valuer, that is regulation.
I absolutely agree.
The truth is, this thing started very, very subtly. I remember years ago when I was in one of the foremost firms where I trained at that time. You had people coming to our office to say, oh, my uncle has this house. What will you give me if I give that brief, if I introduce you to my uncle? And that's how we got briefs most times. And we say, oh, this is our company policy about what we give. Today, those guys don't come to us anymore. They simply take on that responsibility.
Yes.
Who is dealing with that matter? When somebody, the truth is, agency has become an all-comers affair.
It has.
And as an estate surveyor and valuer, I feel pinned. I remember telling you that I think on one of your radio programs about 10, I said even when people go to Corporate Affairs Commission and say, oh, I want to do property, and they're not asking them about certification, they can register that company. That company becomes a juristic person. As against, So the reality of it is for agency, we don't delve from the red flag.
Because I also want to get your take on last week we saw that the Lagos State government went on a demolition spree at Ipaja command in Ipaja, where they demolished properties built under high tension. I want to get a take on that. Somebody has been trying to call us. I want you to get, because in the next few minutes we should be out of the studio. So let me get a take on that quickly.
Okay. Anybody that builds under high tension, should be expecting demolition in the future.
In the future, yes. So
the truth about it is there are laws.
Yes.
If you want to buy a land, do proper diligence.
Yes.
Do your due diligence. Go ahead, find out. The reality is, I was going to mention the 4 places you should go.
Yes.
There are titular searches you must do.
Yes.
They also have to go to the Surveyor General's office.
Yes.
You also have to go to, get to physical, but that's if you're buying. Now, if you are building, it means that you are buying land. Once it is under high tension, you know that this is not a buildable land. Exactly. It will come cheap. And that's why a lot of people buy.
It will come cheap, yeah.
It will come cheap. That's why a lot of people buy. Why there are deals
it's just temporary. That's so. Let me also say this. We saw recently that a lot of Lagos, its car lots in Lekki was also demolished because it was under high tension. So our time is fast spent. So for all those callers on the show today, let me call out this number for you to call me after the show for your vouchers. 080-2735-1727. I'll take that number one more time. 080-2735-1727. Let's take this call. This person is trying to call. Yes, money, please. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, please. What's your name, please? What's your name?
All
right, go ahead, please.
With what happened yesterday?
Yes, please.
You can say that.
Are you supporting Wike or supporting the officer?
No. Let's even look at the side of the government.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see that this government has always been a government of impunity. So when you see their employees, you'll just get to know that there are bad people who always want to feel like because they have the law backing them, they can encroach on people's land and take it. You can see it. You can point that to what's happening in Lagos. You can see how they went around demolishing people's property without. At the end of the day, some people come. You see the state government doesn't have any idea. This that. You see, this points to leadership. They are not practicing leadership. That's why you have this breakdown in systems and all that. That's so sad.
Thank you. All right.
Hello, Mr. Mustafa. Good morning again. I think your guest hit the nail directly on the head. When he talks about regulations and implementations. So most of these developers and these agents, they get brand influencers, brand ambassadors, and make people influencers, brand ambassadors. And because we trust them, these guys don't really do the investigations, and we fall victims to all this scam. Just a lot of things going on. But those brand influencers do more damage to the people because they don't do the investigations, and people trust them, people know them, and they start selling lands, and I just think they should look more into that.
All right, that's it. That's a voice note from one of our listeners too. So I think we've overflogged this issue and we cannot even exhaust it. Thank you very much, ESV Wale Adeyemi, for guesting on the show. Thank you for your beautiful contributions, and to all our listeners who called into the studio today. Thank you so much. As said, I come your way same time next week. Stay blessed.